Your new wife? You want to know what to do? I got you. 10 things new wives should be doing. Let's go. Okay, so first off, welcome to the Wyfe Up podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Deetra and I am your host, and I am so grateful that you guys are here. And we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about 10 things, and I actually have a whole lot more, but it's just 10 top things I'm going to say that new wives need to be doing in their marriage. Okay, I want to start with a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this opportunity to spend time with the Wyfe Up fam. Please just give me the right words to say with my heart, God, and my personality, but your words, Lord. I just thank you. Thank you for blessing everyone that's listening. I just glorify your name. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, guys, let's go. If you are a wife listening, I am talking to you. And if you're a husband, you are more than welcome to listen by all means, but this is for wives. So, you're a new wife. By new wife, I mean you've been married 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. I mean, even up to 5 years. You're still learning and growing and knowing each other. And there's a learning curve that's there, right? But let's just say really, you just got married maybe, let's say within the last year, right? I'm talking to all of you because every wife can really benefit from what I have to say. But I wanted to do this because I know, and I've been told this many times, that wives are going into marriages without knowing what to do. There's no blueprint. No one is giving them the roadmap. Nobody is telling them how to act and how to be and what to do. Christian wives are who I'm talking to in particular. And a lot of us got married without really having a good role model to follow. And I've heard this so many times. So getting married is one of the happiest times in your life. Women get married without a rule book, like I said, or instructions. Often left to figure it out on your own and then eventually failing miserably because you don't know what to do, right? You're just trying to figure it out and say, you know what, this is what I think we should do. So this is how I should behave. Or you've been modeled bad behavior and you think that that's the way to go. Older Christian women should be in a position that we pour wisdom into our younger Christian wives. We should be in that position, right? We, older Christian women, should be happily married. Now, if we're married, we should be happily married. We should already know how we're supposed to behave inside of our marriages. We're supposed to know what God wants us to do. We're supposed to know to rely upon God. All of these things we should be able to pour into young wives, or it doesn't even have to be a young wife per se by age, right? Just someone who's newly married. You could be 40 years old and getting married for the first time. Or you could be 50 or 60, or you could be 20 or 30. It doesn't matter. There are certain things that as a new bride, you should know. And in case nobody told you, that is what Wyfe Up is here for. So let's unpack these things, right? Number one, put God in the center of your marriage. Listen, this is my absolute number one tip. I have my notes here, so if you see me looking down, this is my absolute number one tip that I have for you. And that's why I'm starting with this. I know a lot of times countdowns start with number 10 and go all the way down to number 1. No, I want to stress this straight and foremost first. Having Jesus in the center of your marriage from the very beginning will help you to eliminate so many problems before they even begin. Not to say you won't have disagreements or argument. It just means that you'll recover quickly and treat each other differently. You move differently when Jesus is in the center of your life. You just do. And I don't mean truly in the center. I don't mean just, yeah, I pray to Jesus and I believe in Jesus. Demons believe in Jesus. They do, right? They know the power of Jesus Christ. Some of us Christians don't act like we know the power of Jesus Christ. You put Jesus in the center of your marriage, like truly, that means you consult him in every single decision making. You talk to him on a daily basis. You put him there. You guys are praying together, or you're praying and interceding for him. Like Jesus is like everything to you. You make Jesus your everything, and the way you move is just going to be different, like I said. So your decision making, right? What you're going to do, just how you're going to do it. You're going to look at your husband. He may say something to you. You're going to have grace for him because Jesus is in the center. You're going to forgive him for certain things because Jesus is in the center. Worldly marriages, they don't know that. They don't know, hey, forgive like Jesus has forgiven us. They don't know. So they're just trying to fly by the seat of their pants. They're just trying to figure it out and grasp for straws, right? But they don't, it's kind of hard to gauge on what to do if you don't have someone that taught you how to do it. You're trying to use common sense, but you're not involving Jesus. It's a recipe for disaster. So you have to put Jesus in the middle of everything in your marriage. He has to come first, right? Number 2, be careful who you let speak into your marriage. Yep, wives, young wives. And by young wives, what I mean is you recently got married. So I'm not talking about age. I'm just talking about you just got married and you have friends that aren't walking with God. You have friends that are quite possibly don't really know God. Or maybe they're into New Age, or maybe they're into other stuff. And so you tell them something is going on in your marriage and they're giving you different type of advice, right? Like, go see a psychic. You know, maybe she'll tell you what's going on with your marriage, or really what's going on in your future. She's going to tell you whether or not your husband's going to be in your future. What? Oh my gosh. People do it. People do it. People go to psychics and they're like, what's going to happen in my marriage, or what's going on? I know somebody that did this, so I know that this is truth. For that one person that I know there's a whole lot of people that do that. Okay. Sometimes you have friends that they don't know what a good relationship is like either. So the minute something goes wrong with you and your husband, you guys get into an argument, she's telling you, oh no, you need to leave him already. Like, we just got married. I know, but I could see how this is going to play out. Like, you need to leave him. He wouldn't talk to me like that. That's why you're single. Okay. Not to say that it's okay for him to talk to you like that, but you need to have grace, right? Why is he speaking like that? Why? Did he have a bad day? Like, what's going on with him, right? I mentioned in one of the other podcasts that you need to be careful who you're telling your business to, because you could tell your best friend or, or coworker, whoever it is that you deem it's okay to trust, that, oh yeah, your husband said something to you, or he did something, and you confide in this person, and that you guys are on the same page, and you're like, oh no, he's not doing this, that, and the other, and you're angry, she's angry, and that's it. And you know what? You're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. He can go back to his mama's house, or he can go back to where he came from. I can do battle by myself. I don't need to be with this dude. I'm good. I am so good. But then the two of you make up, you and your husband. And then you go tell your friend, or you happen to say, oh yeah, me and Mike, we're going to go hang out this weekend. And she's like, why? You mean why? It's my husband. I thought you guys were arguing. Remember, he called you the B word last week. Oh yeah, we made up, I wouldn't have forgiven him that. Like, I wouldn't, and he's this and he's that and the other. And you're like, no, it's okay. That's my husband. Oh, he's your husband now. Okay. She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand what that's like to forgive, because either she's married and she's not operating like that, or she's not married and she's trying to give you godly Christian advice or wifely advice, right? If she's not a Christian, she's not giving you godly advice. She's trying to give you marriage advice, but she's not walking with the Lord. So she can't pour into you. So that's my advice. It's like, be careful who your friends are. You can keep your same friends, but guard who you talk to about your marriage. Seek godly counsel. Seek a woman walking with the Lord, because she's going to tell you, pray about him, forgive him, show him some grace. What really happened? Maybe he didn't mean this. He's a good guy. You already know he's a good guy. So you don't walk away from this. We're going to pray and fix this, because God's our fixer. He fixes it. He can fix anything, right? And so that's who you need to go. That's who you need to go to whenever you have issues going on in your marriage. You need to have godly counsel, godly friends, people that you can talk to that are going to pray with you and stay with you. Not people that are going to try and divide you and your husband apart and tell you to walk away. Because that's the enemy. The enemy doesn't like marriage. He doesn't want the two of you together. He wants to divide and conquer. That's his job. And he will use your friends to do it. Some of y'all went, oh, that's so true. I'm telling you. Be careful who your friends are, who you're allowing to pour into your marriage. Number 3, pray for him every day. Do you pray for your husband? I bet you probably don't. I bet you don't even think to do it. Why? Because you get up and you go about your merry way. You get up and get ready for work or take care of the kids or so on and so forth. And before your feet hit the ground, you didn't even stop to think to pray for this man. And I'm going to tell you something. He's probably not praying for himself either. That's your job. It's your job as a Christian wife to pray for your husband. It's your job to cover him. It's your job to pray for his safety. Pray for his mind, his decision making. Pray for him not to be tempted. Pray for him. Pray for his happiness, for protection from the enemy. Pray for his angels to surround him and protect him while he's driving, walking, working. Pray that he makes it to his destination safely and make it back home safely every single day. Pray for his health, his state of mind, his heart, his spirit, in Jesus' name. Understand that the enemy does not like you or your marriage and will work overtime to divide and conquer, like I said before. Pray. Pray for your marriage. But pray for him. Who else is praying for him? Who else is covering that man? I'll wait. He may have a praying mama. So maybe his mama might be praying for him, but she's going to be praying for him in a different way. Your job as a wife is to cover that man because he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. He really does. He's trying to do so many different things. You have no idea what's going on in his mind. You have no idea what's going on in his heart. You have no idea how stressed he is. You don't know because he's masking it. He just wants to, be the man in the house and make sure that everything is taken care of and that you don't have to worry for anything. And that, that's his job. He takes that very seriously, provide for the children. But there might be things going on in his life that you don't know about. And so you have to pray for him. You have to pray and you have to intercede for him. Number 4, be understanding towards him. Okay. Again, this man has the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's a husband and now maybe even a father. So he has to provide for his family and it could be a daunting task. Try your best to recognize and appreciate all that he's trying to do and is doing for his family and for his love for you. Recognize those things. Recognize that that he's going through that. Really try and put yourself in his shoes. And I know it's hard because we are not men. God created us as women and created us differently. And so we're never truly, truly going to understand what our husbands are going through, but at least try. At least try to walk a mile in his shoes. At least say, you know what, this man gets up and goes to work every single day. Some days he doesn't even eat lunch. Some days he's come home, he's starving. Some days he's just so tired. What is going on in his mind? Talk to him. Find out. Seriously, ask him what's going on. Like, what are you worried about? Like, what worries you? Are you happy? Like, what can I pray for you about? Like, what is going on with you? I really want to know. I really want to know. Because he should be your best friend. If one of your best friends, your best girlfriend, you saw her recently and she didn't look good, or you guys spoke recently and she didn't sound good, you'd be like, but what's wrong? Let's talk. Let's go out to eat, or let's go get a bottle of wine or something somewhere. Let's talk. What's going on? Your husband should be that same. You should be in tune with your husband just the same way. Babe, what's the matter? Even if he's like, nothing, you should be like, that's not my man. That's not my husband. Hey, whenever you're ready to talk, I'm ready to listen. I love you, okay? Just let me know what's going on. You need to be a pillow for him. You need to be a pillow for that man, okay? So he should be able to come to you with anything, without judgment, without screaming and yelling. He should be able to talk to you. You should be his best friend. Okay. Number 5 kind of ties into that. Listen to him. Don't just hear him, right? You can hear him speaking, but are you truly listening to what he has to say? Ask him how his day was and listen to what he has to say. Maybe even taking mental notes to, engage him in conversation. Be a sounding board for him. Make him truly feel like you really care, because you really, really do. Make his feelings priority. Make what's going on in his mind priority. Make him feel like, wow, she truly, truly cares about me. Babe, this is really what's going on. Because a man is not going to confide in you if he doesn't think you care. I can tell you that. He's not. If he thinks that you're just like saying that, or that you're just like, you really just truly don't care about him, his feelings, what's going on in his life. You only care about you, what's going on with you, what's happening with you, and how you're feeling. he won't confide in you. And a lot of times wives are like, my husband won't even talk to me. He talks to his friends more than he talks to me. You need to fix that. Okay? Because if he's doing that, it's because he doesn't trust you. He doesn't feel comfortable talking to you. That's a problem. He should feel, don't get me wrong, it's good for him to have friends and buddies that he can kind of hang out with and be able to, talk to. But your husband should be able to come to you with anything that's on his mind. Real talk. Even if it's about you. Even if it's about you. Are you prepared for that? What if your husband comes and says, babe, I'm unhappy because I don't like the way you X, Y, and Z? Would you be like, I don't even know what you mean, X, Y, and Z. What you mean? I'm trying everything. Or would you be like, you know what? Let me hear more. Let me hear more. Because I definitely don't want you to feel that way. What am I doing that I could do better? What am I not doing that I could start doing? Listen to him. Listen, Linda, listen. Okay. Number 6, become a student of your husband. Learn everything about him, his likes, his dislikes, his favorite colors, his food, his favorite foods, his favorite sports team, what makes him mad, what makes him sad, how to comfort him, what brings him joy, when he needs alone time, when he needs to be left alone, when he needs to be given his space. Study him like you study whatever it is that you study. There's got to be something that you have invested so much time in learning, whether, I don't know, some songs. Some of y'all know Cardi B's WAP word for word. Some of y'all know every Beyonce song. Some of y'all have studied everything Nicki Minaj has done. Some of y'all are students of other things and other people, but not of your husband. You need to fix that. You need to fix that. Seriously, I know some women that know everything about Beyonce. Everything, but can't tell you certain things about their husband. I'm just saying. You need to become a student of him, right? We're not supposed to idolize anybody, right? So I wouldn't say idolize him. I don't want to say that. I don't want to speak that at all. But what I am saying is learn him. Learn him and treat him like the king that he is. Like, seriously, right? God is our king. He's first. But here on this earth, our husband comes next. And he needs to be treated as such. And you need to study him and learn him, right? One of the reasons, and this wasn't even on this list, but one of the reasons why, actually there's several reasons on this list as to why men cheat. But what I was going to say is one of the reasons why men cheat is because their wives don't truly know them. And here comes this woman wanting to get to know him, wanting to really kind of, hey, what's going on with you? Who are you really? Making him laugh, laughing at all of his jokes, just making him feel like appreciated and making him feel like worthy to be known. You better become a student of him so nobody else does. I'm just saying. Just saying. Number 7, keep it sexy. Most men love sex. Some men want it all the time. Some men want it some of the time. Either way, it doesn't matter. Everybody's different, right? Either way, sex is usually a very important element in marriage. And so sex doesn't always start in the bedroom. I just wanted to tell you that one for free. Sometimes sex starts while he's at work. Or it can start while he might be visiting his mom. He might be driving to the store. He might be fixing his car, looking at his car. He might be watching something on TV, or he'll be at home at that point. But you get what I'm saying? Maybe he's out with friends watching, and you send him a nice little text message, nice little outfit, or nothing at all, depending on your comfort level, and shock him, and he'll be like, oh man, hey, I'm about to leave, buddies. I'll see you later. Why? Where you gotta go? I can go home and see my wife. Why? I need to go home and see my wife, right? Because you can't show them the picture. You want to keep him feeling like you want and desire him. He needs to always feel like you want and desire him. Okay. Now, please, I understand that once kids start coming in the picture, you working hard, you taking care of the kids, you being a mom, and it's not always easy, but you still need to find the time. You still need to find the time between breastfeeding this child, putting that child down and giving him a wink like, baby, oof, you look good. Whisper in his ear, right? Send him a text message again. Just let him know, you know what? I know, times are a little different right now, but I just want you to know I still think you're the sexiest man alive. Like, man, can we make another baby, please? Right? I mean, he needs to feel that way. And again, back to what I was talking about before about cheating. That's another thing. Women come along and make that man feel sexy, make him feel wanted and desired. And, the next thing you know, his mind just starts drifting towards that because he's not feeling that way at home from you. Like I said, send him sex texts sometimes. Continually make him feel like you want him and that he's the sexiest man on the planet. Seriously, make him feel like you want him. Because you do. I don't mean make it up. I mean and if you're feeling like you don't feel that way about him, ask God to give you a new clean heart. Ask God to renew you in that spirit within you to love your husband and desire him again. So that's an easy fix, honestly. Number 8, men are visual creatures. Continue to strive for sexiness in your marriage. Okay? Continue to strive to look good. However you looked when you were dating, continue to strive for that. If he is accustomed to seeing you with your hair done and your nails did, then continue to do that. Finances permitted, of course. Permitting. Men love it when their wives look good, especially knowing that you look good for him. And he might not make a big deal about it or say anything if you don't, but believe me, he will take notice if you do. That'll be something that he always says, my wife always looks good. My wife always, don't get me, okay, by what I mean by that, of course, you have to go to bed and wake up, right? And, you might be making school runs and you may have on sweats from time to time. But don't make that a habit. Like he might see you in that in the morning, but by the time he gets home in the evening, that is not how you're dressed, right? And my husband, I dressed to the point where he was like, where are you going? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, who you dressed up for? I'm like, you. And he just blushes. Like, he's just like, oh, okay. You're not leaving this house going to see your boyfriend, are you? I'm like, no, babe, it's all for you. All for you. Okay, so number 9. Spend time doing the things he loves to do. Learn about his favorite sports team. Watch his favorite shows. I'll give you an example. So my husband likes the show First 48. And for the longest time, I would never watch that show because I was like, listen, I grew up in New York. I don't want to see nothing about murders and all this type of stuff. And it's just depressing. I don't want to see it. I'm cool. And every time I would come in the room, I kid you not, and honey, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry, I would roll my eyes a little bit, like, because I didn't want to watch it. And I had to be in the room. And I feel like God just gave me a spirit for the show, like a spirit to watch the show. Because one day I was sitting down next to him and I started asking questions, and like, that is our show now. Like, I really watch it with him and kind of get a little, not upset, but when I come in the room and he's watching it without me, I'm like, babe, that's our show. He was like, this is my show. I'm like, it's our show now. I really, really, truly like it. I think at first he thought I was putting on, but I truly, truly like watching the show. And I don't like obviously the aspect that someone is getting killed, because I think it breaks my heart. But them solving the case and bringing closure to the family, it's pretty cool. I like how these detectives, work hard at finding who did these terrible crimes. But anyway, so that's my thing, is sit down and watch football with him. Not all the time, but sometimes I do. And, my goal is to learn every single play so that way I can sit there and get mad when he gets mad, but that's what I want to do for him, because I want to spend time with him and I want to know how special he is to me. And, if we like the same things, again, that's more time that we're spending together. So, that's a win-win situation. All right, so spend time doing the things he loves to do. Figure out what that is and start doing it. Number 10, do not nag him. Do not nag. Do not be a nag. He will get tired of it. He will respond. I say he will respond, but I don't know if he will respond, but he won't like it. Some men don't say anything at all to you, but they may say something to their friends. Like, man, every time I go home, she always got something to say. Like, man, she don't have nothing nice to say. Or I can't even get in the door good. And she's yapping in my ear. Like, man, I can't take it. They start calling people the old ball and chain and stuff like that. I bet you did not know that. And then he eventually will not want to come home to you. You don't want that. You don't want that. Did you know what the Bible says about nagging wife? There are scriptures in the Bible about nagging wife. I'm going to read you two. Proverbs 21 verse 9. Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. It says it in the Bible. I promise you. I promise you. So even way back then, a nagging wife was a problem. Things have not changed. Don't let the nagging wife be you. Okay? Number two. Second one is Proverbs 21:19. Better to live in the wilderness. Better to live in the wilderness or in a wilderness than with a nagging and hot-tempered wife. Better to live in the wilderness. This was in the Bible. You guys go look that up. Proverbs 21:9 and Proverbs 21:19. They were talking about nagging wife. You can't be a nagging wife. They didn't like it in the Bible, but they don't like it now. Like, seriously. Seriously, you need to curtail that because man does not like that. Okay, I can't stress that enough. So I just gave you guys 10, but I'm going to give you a bonus one, right? And like I said, I have plenty more. I probably should write a book about this but I love this. I love this stuff because I've learned some things over the years of what to do and how to treat my husband and how to be a good wife. And I make him want to stay home. He's home all the time with me. And we hang out a lot and I love it. He's like my best friend. I just love him so much. All right. So number 11, the bonus tip is cater to him. Cater to him all of the time, but especially in front of his friends. And why do I say that? I mean, make this your habit. Don't do it and then get in front of the friends and all of a sudden you acting all weird. Don't do that, okay? I mean, always do it so he always talks about it to his friends. And he's like, oh, my wife always takes good care of me. And then when they see you and they see you doing that, fixing his plate at barbecues and picnics and wherever you guys go, they see you going to get a drink for him and giving it to him and kissing him on the top of the head. Or just, hey, babe, do you want anything? Can I get you anything? And all the husbands are like, man, I wish my wife would do that for me. Or man, I can't wait to get married so my wife could do that for me. Right? He looks good. He's poking out his chest and he feels like a man. And you treated him like a man in front of others. Girl, you can't lose. You can't lose. And so I wanted to also just say really quickly, I know that there's some wives that are like, okay, these are 10 things new wives should do for their husbands. What about us? Like, what about us? Shouldn't they be doing something for us? Let me school you for a second really quickly, okay? There's a saying that is and wives like to quote, or they want their husbands to quote it, is happy wives, happy lives. And I've heard men say it. But the way the men say it is like, happy wife, happy life, I guess. Let me just go on ahead and do this so she could be happy. And I'm here to tell you, no, that's backwards, right? It's not, oh, there's a missing piece. It's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy husband, happy wife, happy life. There's levels to this. If you have a good husband, which most of you do, and you treat him like a king, he will treat you like a queen. That is a promise. If he's a good man, if you married a jerk, then that's that may work, that may not work. It's going to take time because, of course, you're putting Jesus in the center and you're waiting for God to change His spirit, change him, right? Change you, change him, change your situation, and then, right? But for us that are married to good men, I'm telling you, you treat that man like a king, he will treat you like a queen. It is just something that happens, right? But it's not like, oh, a man has to make sure his wife is taken care of. If he's taken care of, he's going to want to take care of you. If he is taken care of, he will want to gladly take care of you. And he'll boast about that to his friends. He'll be like, oh man, I can't wait. Oh, I'm going shopping. I'm going to buy my baby something. Like, you're going to buy your wife something? Yeah, I'm going to buy her something. I want to treat her good, man. I saw this dress for her. I want to pick it up. Or this perfume, I want to get that for her. Or let me stop in here and get her some flowers. And they're like, why? Is it your anniversary? No, it's a Tuesday. I just want to get my wife some flowers. I'm telling you, I promise you, that's the way it is. Okay? So that's my time, guys. That's all I wanted to say. And yeah, look, go over this list. And I'm telling you, sis, you will have a happy marriage for years and years and years and years to come. Okay? So You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have an amazing Wednesday. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.